Hi, everybody. I'm Kevin Iole from Yahoo Sports. A little bit sad day today on Saturday. Harold Lederman, who I'm sure many of you who follow the fights know, was the unofficial ringside scorer at HBO for many years. He passed away today after a lengthy illness. He had cancer for a long time, and the last couple of years were very difficult for Harold. But he always kept such a great attitude, and it was hard to know he was sick until the very end because he did have such a good attitude, and he loved life, and he really wanted to live life to the fullest. And he was an amazing guy. And I just wanted to give a few thoughts about Harold. I don't think it's a surprise that he's in the International Boxing Hall of Fame. And he judged fights on 6 continents, including more than 100 championship fights. He was the judge, one of the judges for Ali Norton 3 at Yankee Stadium, an iconic fight in Muhammad Ali's career. Um, but I think he's in the Hall of Fame for as much for his work on HBO. He helped the public understand boxing. He helped understand what the rules are sometimes very complex and how difficult it is to score a fight. And he told you what to look for, and he was willing to say if there was a controversy. If he thought something was wrong and he thought the judge got it wrong, he was willing to say that. He didn't protect his friends, he didn't protect his buddies. He said what he thought, and he deepened the understanding of boxing. But when I think of Harold, I think of a guy that just loved life and loved the game. Um, and I used to always laugh because no matter how early I would get to the arena to watch a fight, Harold would always be there. And it was particularly notable in the 90s. Don King Productions, they had signed so many fighters, and they would have fights literally with 5 or 6 championship fights on them. When there was guys that would go into the Hall of Fame that would be fighting at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. And you would walk into the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and there would be next to nobody in the arena. I mean, you could hear a pin drop, and there was Harold sitting watching the fights. And that was the kind of guy that he was. He just loved boxing so much, and he shared that passion with everybody who met him. And he was a very, very good guy. It wasn't unusual when he would work an HBO show if it would happen to be an earlier card and Showtime had a card later that night that he would drive over in the New York area, and you could see him actually in the crowd at the Showtime card after he had worked an HBO card that was on earlier. He was just a boxing nut his whole life. Was had a career as a terrific judge, and of course his daughter Julie has become one of the best judges in boxing. And it was nice that his final fight was in 1999 in Columbus, Ohio, August of '99, and he worked with Julie. It was an Eric Morrell fight, a super flyweight bout, and he was one of the judges for that match, along with his daughter Julie. So I'm sure that was a thrill for him. But anybody who ever met Harold Lederman would know he had a kind word to say about everybody. Always had something fun to say. Had a smile on his face. Made people happy, and he was a good guy to know. He was a terrific person. And I personally am going to miss him greatly. I just want to extend my sympathies to Julie Lederman, his daughter, Iris Lederman, his other daughter, and of course his wife Eileen. He struggled over the last few years with his health, and nothing is more important in our lives than our health. Harold, we're going to miss you, buddy. All the best. Godspeed.